All right, joining us now for a second visit is famous author Jeff Benedict of The Dynasty, and the documentary is out, and boy, I'll tell you, it has been absolutely riveting. Absolutely riveting. What are you hearing, first of all, from people inside New England, and then from people outside of New England?
So people inside New England, it depends how far inside New England you are. If you're in the zip codes of 617 and 508, it's pretty loud, and obviously, you know, varying opinions. There are some people who think the series is unfair to Bill. There's people who think the Krafts had, you know, editorial control over the project.
Did they?
No. I mean, that's, you know, that assumes right away that Apple, which financed this whole project, would be on board with making a, you know, Robert Kraft Hall of Fame video, which is ridiculous because Apple's a global platform. This is being watched around the world. Nobody is going to tune in to watch that, including the Hall of Fame voters. So the idea that a company like Apple, a production firm like Imagine, and all these people who worked on this would do that is just, it's kind of silly.
Is it unfair to Bill?
I don't think it's unfair to Bill. I think if you talk to some people who are, you know, Bill supporters that are close to here, they might say that. I think, to be honest, to be really honest, I think there's a few people, journalists, if you want to call them that, who have put that idea out to kind of poison the well in a way. And the truth is, if you watch the series and you watch what the players say in the series, keep in mind, there's no narrator, right? We're not telling you. We're letting the players say it, the coaches, people like Ernie Adams, Scott Pioli.
Well, they support Bill.
The closest people to Bill, they're his friends, they support him. They're the ones telling the story, right? They're saying the story. And I think a lot of what you see about Bill is incredibly complimentary. And so if you want to take a certain lens and put it on your eye and just look at one thing, but ignore all the other stuff in the series, then sure, you could say that about anybody in the series.
What about outside New England?
Outside New England, it's a completely different situation. I mean, I've actually been around the country in the last few weeks into a lot of places. I've even been outside the country. I was outside the country last week. I was on 2 planes going, one going out of the country from Boston,
and one coming back.
And one coming back. And frankly, people talking about it on both plane rides and loving the series. I overheard 2 women who were talking about how they don't know anything about football. I don't know if they could name 3 Patriots, and they were watching the series. And they were talking about how much they were enjoying it. When I pitched this to Apple 3+ years ago, they're not a bunch of football fans. They're looking for a human interest story that will appeal to people around the world. And remember, the rest of the world doesn't have professional football. They call it soccer. We're the only country. So we have to produce something that the rest of the world will want to watch. You can't pass Ted Lasso on Apple, as we've done, without having a story that's globally attractive. So watching 10 episodes of Patriots fans doing victory laps after Super Bowls.
Okay, so I'm going to come at you this way.
Good.
It looks like you skipped the first couple Super Bowls. Not skipped them.
You mean not the first couple, but second and third.
Second and third.
Yeah.
Not the first one.
Right.
Second and third. Went right by them.
Yeah.
Like, too fast.
Well, you saw 2 kicks. No, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? And then Aaron Hernandez gets a whole section.
Yeah, it's a fair point to bring up. Totally fair. You could also say, like, with 3 Super Bowls in the first 4 years of Brady and Bill, why spend 2 episodes on the first one and then, you know, 45 seconds on the next 2? Why do that? And trust me, we had a lot of conversations about it. You can even call them arguments. They're creative, constructive arguments, sometimes heated, about how to structure, what to leave out, what to leave in. But the thing is, we all ultimately felt that it was really important to spend more time on the first Super Bowl, maybe more than some people thought was necessary. Because we were laying a lot of foundation in the first 2 episodes. We have to introduce our main characters. You got to get Bill in, and some of Bill's backstory. You got to get Tom in and some of his backstory, and you got to get Robert in and some of his backstory. So yes, 2 episodes on 1 Super Bowl, but we're also doing a lot of other things in those first 2 episodes. And once you lay that episode, we will lose the global audience, and frankly, we'd lose the rest of the national audience outside New England if after 2 episodes of the Patriots winning a Super Bowl, we're going to do 2 more episodes of more Super Bowls.
Got it.
That's when the viewership goes from here to here.
If Bill Belichick was still coaching.
Right now.
Right now.
Yep.
Head coach of the Patriots.
Yes.
Would the dynasty still be the dynasty? Would it come out the exact same way it's come out now?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely, because the film was done way before he and Robert parted ways, way before. We did our last shoot for this film in early September of last year. That's the last time cameras rolled. Think about that.
So you had no idea that he was going to be gone?
It's the beginning of the season. We weren't talking about what's going to happen at the end of the season. We knew how our show ended.
Thank you, my friend, for coming on.
Thank you, Steve.
Great job.
Thank you.